Hello and welcome to Gany's Nether. Now it's going to be quite a leisurely video because I've just spent about the past 2 hours writing down the entire wiki for Gany's Nether. So yeah, I'm not going to go particularly fast, so that's the way I'm going to do it today. Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to start with the nether crops that are added by Gany's Nether. There's a lot of stuff added by Gany's Nether and a lot of very cool stuff. So I wanted to talk about that here. Alright, so the thing about the nether crops is that you can get, basically you can get soul sand, you can get glowstone, nether quartz, other things as well, very fast. Yeah. So, first thing that I wanted to talk about is how to get wither skeleton skulls, which is pretty cool. For that you need the wither shrub. Now most of it you actually place on tilled netherrack. So let's have a look, see if we can find some tilled netherrack here. Not this now. I'm going to make a little space here. And basically, all the stuff is kind of a bit like water in nether. So a lava source will be. Now we need to get with the tilling stuff. We need to use either a gold or diamond hoe. This may not actually work though. Sometimes I remember actually the diamond hoe was kind of immune from a lot of stuff. Not here though. So if we look at a hoe, we may be able to find something that is going to be powerful enough to get us what we want. It probably won't. There's no real way we're going to be able to do it with. I wonder if the hoe of growth will actually work. It seems to work quite nicely, doesn't it? Okay, so there you go. You can see we've got this tilled netherrack here, and you can see now what we can do is we can put these seeds down. And what these are going to do is yeah, what these are going to do, basically going to grow a wither skull in adjacent squares. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, one of the things that we might want to do with this, now I wonder if we can use living souls, because living souls are what we actually use. It's like the bone meal equivalent in the nether. You can use it on a lot of different stuff. You make it like so. So let's see if we can use that on this. See if we can speed up the production. Does seem to work. We need to be in survival, I wonder. Ah. Interesting. We might leave that for a bit, because I have a feeling that the wither skulls will appear. So that's a living soul. So and I'll be using that for a bit. So that's basically bone meal, and we need to grow that. So let's look at the other crops then. Now we have the quartz berry bush. First of all, we'll take a look at that. Let's go for. Quite hard to find in amongst all these in amongst the berries. Lava berry. Can I put that one down? Yeah, the lava bush, yeah. Alright, so what might be under here? Quartz. Let's see if we've got the quartz here. Let's see if we'll find the bush here. It might not be here actually. I wonder if we go to Gany's Nether. Let's have a look. Ah, here we are. go. What's that? I don't know why it didn't come up actually. But you can see actually, look, there we go. We've already got a wither skull there actually. So that worked perfectly. Put down a quartz berry. And we can use this to make nether quartz, right? So what we would do is we would grow this up. There we go. And when we can get the quartz berry, I feel like it can't actually. There we go. We did get some quartz berries there. And what we would do is we would take the quartz berries and we put them in glass and we get nether quartz out of them. Also, there's a thermal expansion recipe as well. We'll speak about the magmatic centrifuge. I need to do some more on Gany surface because what I did wrong in the Gany surface video, if you haven't watched that, was I didn't actually put the berries in the. I didn't put the compressor at level 15 or below. That was my mistake there. So yeah, so there's the quartz berry bush. That's pretty cool. What now then? Well, now. Say we have some gas tiers. So we've got a load of gas tiers. You can see we've actually got a tooltip there as well. Right click on the obsidian block to plant. So we'll do that. So we grab the obsidian, put that down, say here. It's a bit of a mess, but it doesn't really matter. And just plop that down there. And we can grow that as well in the same sort of idea. And you can see we're going to get basically, yeah, basically more, I guess. So that's a way to get more and more gas tiers. And I suppose you could, you know, all those sorts of things with putting it in the you know, doing the right click stuff. See, it grows pretty fast as well. The weeping pod, that's called. The Scepter wheat, which actually when I came to this little area, there was actually already one here, is over here. The Scepter wheat, yeah. So let's have a look, see what we can do. I'm tempted to jump over, but if I just fell in the lava, that would be so annoying. I'm not going to do it. I'll just take some wheat there, but you can see it there anyway. So here's the Scepter wheat. Let's get our dual crafting table out, shall we? May as well. Dual work table. And put that down here. So yeah, so we should be able to. So what was it? Turn into spooky flower. Okay, so to get to spooky flower, let's just check how we do that. I think I probably should have written that down, but I didn't. Oh yeah, we can pulverize it to get spooky flower, or we can put it in the magmatic centrifuge, which I haven't actually spoken about yet, to get spooky flower. But I will speak about that. And yeah. And then once we get the spooky flower, we can then go further with it, and we can actually make soul sand using red sand or sand. We can smelt it into dimensional bread. Now the dimensional bread, what it'll actually do is, will of course fill up the hunger and stuff like that, but what it will also do, I never seem to have enough hunger. Let's see if we can just get half a haunch here. I wonder if in peaceful mode it's not even going to do it. That might be the case actually. Not seeing much, but yeah. Basically, when we eat this, I don't really need to show it. You've got a chance of invisibility for 1 minute with the dimensional bread. So there's interesting things there with the flour, the bread, and the Scepter wheat there. Okay, so now we have the glowing reed. So this can be planted only on untilled netherrack. So we don't need to till this with a hoe or anything like that. So any untilled netherrack, say here. Let's see if we can find. Let's put a spot. It should actually be able to just put it right. Let's try this actually. Another rack here. We should be able to just put that down right about. I thought it was actually. only until besides the lava source. Oh, maybe it needs to be literally right there. Let's try it right here then. There we go. So it needs to be directly adjacent to a lava source. It's not quite the same as the overworld. And yeah, get 2 glowstone out of that for each reed. So we'll wait for that to grow as well. Living souls don't seem to do much to it. Similar to reeds in the overworld, I guess. Through gains, well, yeah, whatever. Okay. So the next one we have is the lava bush. Lava. Did we get anything from the lava bush here? Lava berry. Let's go back to Gany's. Just feel like there's the item that's not quite the item I want. I haven't actually got Hellbush listed. Maybe that is the new name for it. That would sound pretty good, wouldn't it? So let's see if we can get these lava berries out of the Hellbush, shall we? And you'll harvest this. There's our lava berries. Take a look at the usages of the lava berries. We can see you surround them an empty bucket, fire the lava berries, and then you get a bucket of lava. And yeah, that's cool. Now, and we can also use, yeah, got a little note, you can also use perform expansion forestry here. Okay, then, yeah, I'm actually going to, there's another one we've got, but I'll move on to that in a moment. Yeah, there's just a few more items I wanted to focus on here first. So we have the bottomless bucket. Made like so. Bit of nether brick. It's always confusing, isn't it? This nether brick. Anyway, it's not a hugely exciting idea. You can see we can just fill up with lava sources, and it will just consume everything, and it would work in the machine as well, I'm sure. Yeah. And another thing to point out as well is that if we do actually use bone meal will work on these crops, but yeah, not as well. So if we take this with the shrub. Oh, it doesn't work on that one, it looks actually. Let's put some Hellbush seeds down. Let's see if we can get the bone meal to work on it. No, maybe it doesn't work at all on it anymore. Maybe that's been removed. So yeah, living soul's really what you need here. So yeah, I thought that the bone meal might actually work. In the wiki it did say it was a little bit slower, but it did work, but maybe not. Okay, there's also a few more mob drops as well, right? So we've got, first of all, we've got the bat wing. As you can see, we can cook it up to make cooked bat wing. So that's a drop from bat. So there's basically drops from the more obscure mobs. From wolves, we've also got wolf teeth. Okay, so the wolf teeth are a drop from wolves, obviously, and they can be made into arrows with a feather and a stick and wolf teeth. We'll get you 16 arrows. We'll speak about the reproducer as well in a moment. Like I said, I just wanted to cover this this sort of basic stuff first. Then we've got the silver fish scales. I believe they don't have any usage, but we may find out that they do. So let's have a look at, see if they've got any usage now. Maybe it seemed like they might have actually had something. Okay, they do actually have some usage. They can make silverfish monster eggs now, so that's pretty cool. And we've also got a recipe for the induction smelter as well, so there's certain things here as well. Okay, so yeah, so they're basically the drops from stuff. And we also have an offensive weapon as well, the baseball bat. Let's see if that's here. Is that here? Oh no, well, it won't be if I type it like that. There we go. The baseball bat. And you can see there's two different recipes. We've got a knockback 1 recipe They seem to actually make the same thing, and I guess that would make sense because a knockback book and a knockback book equal a knockback 2 book. So yeah, some nether brick, diamond, and we get the baseball bat, and that is an area effect attack on a large amount of mobs. So it just swipes all the mobs away. Area effect weapon there. So a pretty cool weapon that, and a nice sprite as well. Okay, so that's sort of really the crop stuff. So as you can see, so I basically covered, like I say, so I've covered all the crops. We've got the wither shrub, the quartzberry bush, the wither shrub for the wither skulls, the quartzberry bush for the nether quartz, the weeping pod, grass tears for extra grass tears, farming, spectre wheat, we can get the spooky flour, we can get the dimensional bread, and of course we can make soul sand from it, and yeah, and then the glowing reeds, which are we're going to get glowstone from the lava bush, we'll get lava from, and yeah, the living soul will sort of buff everything up. There's one actually more that I didn't actually mention, and that's because it's blaze rods, and blaze rods are actually kind of interesting. So let's look at the blaze rod one, and this is actually going to sort of do a segue into the next section. So that's kind of why I did it like this. The Blazing Cactoid. Okay. So let's plant this. Wow, pretty cool. It's actually the only animated text as well, so it made sense I did it that way. Interesting. Okay, so it did, and it will actually harm you as well. The Blazing Cactoid, it does have that effect. Okay, so we can plant it, but it has to be an untilled Blazing Cactoid. And I'm not actually seeing any effect from the living soul. So that is interesting. I think maybe you just find it around in the world. What happens if you smelt it? Well, you're going to get blaze rods, basically. Yeah, I'm not going to actually. I can't bother to do actually nothing about it. But oh no, you don't. Oh. Well, that was preempting something. This is not what I read. Very, very interesting. Okay, so we can actually make the blaze ingots and blaze rods. Okay, so this has actually changed a little bit from what I've actually been reading. Yeah. Okay, so we need to see. We actually may need to use our furnace now. Think about it. So let's just put in. Okay, so when we smelt this, we're obviously going to get the blaze nuggets as we just saw, right? And then from here, we can either get blaze rods or blaze ingots. Okay, yeah. So let's look at the recipe, like I say, for blaze rods. The usages for blaze nuggets here. Blaze rod. Should work. A little. There we go. Okay, so what did we want to? Okay, so one recipe that is very useful is the nether core. So we need various different things for that. As you can see, and we make the nether core, and that's going to be used for a range of more items in the mod. Okay. I'm trying to find some other stuff here. So much stuff in this mod pack, it's quite hard to find stuff, but really what I'm actually trying to get at here is the blaze armor. and I'm wondering how that is actually made. So let's just so this it's just made with the blaze ingots. Yeah, this is what I was trying to find, the blaze mesh. You see, you can actually make a mesh like this, and if you use the mesh, then you would cook up the mesh into the blaze ingots. So that was really what I was getting at. So not really a huge deal, but just something to be aware of. And then you can make the blaze armor, and that is actually in between. Don't remember that bit yet. Yeah, we can. The armor is basically the ingots. And this is in between. Now it's actually got experience level as well. Interesting. Tinker's construct kind of functionality as well. And that's in between iron and diamond with the same enchantability of chain armor. So what we could do, perhaps, what you might want to do as well with this, is if you put this in here, if we lock it, I wonder. So you can see the one we're actually looking for would be this one. This is actually from Gany's end, but actually what it does is it means blaze armor is actually very susceptible to water. By giving it the impervious enchantment, it will lose that susceptibility. Okay, so yeah, so there is that. Okay, so now there are a few more things to talk about. Let's move on to the main sort of bulk of what I wanted to talk about, and that's going to be the spawner stuff. So we'll move somewhere else. We've got a nice little area here, and a nice biome. Okay, so the first thing to mention, let's just get some of the decorative stuff. Do that quickly. What we got is we're going to have coloured quartz blocks and pillars and stairs. So you can see we've got all these, like pink quartz stairs. There we go, with pink quartz blocks, and you can see what will generally happen with this is you just basically put any coloured quartz block around, and it will with the dye, and you can dye all the blocks like that. If you did perhaps have, like I say, you had the pink quartz stairs, you might want to go into Gany's surface again and grab yourself the wooden wrench, and that should It's saying the wiki could actually do that. Let's go back for pink quartz again. Pink quartz. It's not a column, is it? It says you've got the blocks, the pillars, and the stairs. I'm not actually seeing that there. Yeah. Okay, that functionality doesn't seem to work from what I can tell. But yeah, that is supposedly what is actually supposed to happen. That you can rotate the stairs and the pillars. I'm not sure if you could even tell. I can't remember exactly. I remember looking. This thing where you look at whether the tileable and like a tessellation and all that stuff. That's kind of fairly minor stuff there. Okay, so now we have the extended spawners. Okay, so what we might want to do. So we wanted to have a zombie spawner in the Nether, which is definitely something we might want to do. So we'll look at, see if we can find a really basic spawner. This may not work. I hope it does. Okay, so I haven't actually looked at that, but that NGIO stuff. So we're going to see if this actually works. So this should just be a basic zombie spawner. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's just put my oh shit. Yeah, that works fine, doesn't it? Okay. Alright, so I'm probably gonna go into creative here. Yeah, I can always change it around. Are we gonna get some spawns here? I wonder, we might do. Alright, so anyway, so the point is, right, there's 8 tiers of spawners and extended spawners. We've got coal, iron, lapis, gold, diamond, emerald, nether star, and dragon egg. Okay, so each tier will add more upgrades. So we'll find the vanilla spawner first, and we should be able to shift right click on the spawner to actually get some information from it. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Let's try. Trying to find this spawner stuff. Where might the spawner stuff be? Here we go. Spawner upgrade. So the first one we want is this one, the coal one. So like I said, we needed that nether core, which I spoke about before, which was just that. So these are very important items to make for the upgrade stuff. And we need some coal, and then we get the upgrade. And then all we do with the coal upgrade. So upon finding vanilla spawner, you'll need a tier 0 upgrade. Right click on the spawner to make it an extended spawner. So you can see the colours change slightly there. If we now shift right click with it, you can see tier 0, slot 0, 0 available, spawn quantity 4, range 4, and 17,917. That's actually different from what I had actually had written down, which was 17,417. Unless I somehow read that incorrectly. Probably not though. But anyway. So yeah, so if we want to upgrade this spawner to do a bit more than just have the zombies, what we might want to do is, I mean it actually looks pretty good already, doesn't it? But what we might want to do is, interestingly actually, I may be able to get around it here just by having some torch sort of around. Right, if I did want to have torches, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to have a normal torch, would it? No. Because what I could do, and I'm going all over the place here, but this is what happens when you make videos. You do sometimes, you don't always, when you've got all the information down, it doesn't really make much difference. You kind of remember what you're talking about. So yeah, we can get this glow box thing. So that should actually stop us from getting too many spawns at the moment. But I'm not sure if these spawners, the thing that I've just spawned. Let me see if we actually get any more here. We'll get rid of the mobs for now. I want to be very careful about the mobs just because this is a very intensive mod pack. I'd like to be able to get rid of them if I could. But they may come anyway. But that should give a lot of light. And the glow boxes, yeah, you make glowstone and glass panes. And the interesting feature about them is they actually can go on the ceiling. I'm not sure if I can really illustrate that. So that face is the only face touching. So they can go on the ceiling. So that's a very cool feature. That's the I guess the unique feature there. But that wasn't really what I was talking about anyway. We're still on the spawners. So we right click on it and we can see if we shift right click with the empty hand, of course. You can see we tier 0s. Okay, that's fine. So we can't actually do anything with this spawner, so we actually are going to need to get the next upgrade. The next upgrade will be iron, right? So it goes coal, iron, lapis, gold, diamond, emerald, nether star, dragon egg. Yeah. So the next upgrade will be the iron one. So we're going to get one of those. So the iron one, the spawner upgrade. Look at that and see again we're going to need another nether core. So we do need a lot of nether stars for this to get anywhere. So you really need to basically just be okay. Did I get it in? There we go. So we can see we've got tier 1, it says slots 2 available. Okay. Okay. So now we need to actually put in the you see this add more slots. Okay, so now you can see what we've got. These things. So there's basically there's simple, like, you know, this is just an upgrade. This is an upgrade. This is an upgrade, and you can see we're tier 2, and you can see how it works. Basically, you've got the coal, then we've got the iron, then we've got the lapis, then we've got the gold, then we've got the diamond, then we've got the emerald. Then this will be, for instance, the nether star and the dragon egg. So we look at some of the recipes for this. You can see we need 4 nether stars for that. We need a dragon egg, 4 nether cores, 4 notch apples for that. So very, very powerful for the tier 7. And you can see that's, and you see what the tier 7 does already actually. But the next section after the tier 7 are the actual modifications that we can make. So we can make redstone control. This is one of the problems I had with the dislocator from last time. I didn't realise we actually needed a high redstone signal. So you need a high redstone signal for that. This autonomous, I guess it's got some sort of chunk loading functionality. Ignore spawn rules. So this is it's something which this spawner already seems to do automatically, because I'm pretty sure you can't just spawn zombies like that. And maybe you can though. I don't know actually that sure when I think about it. But yeah, we can ignore the spawn rules, like if this mob is allowed to actually spawn here. I wonder, it says light levels dimension, it may be also to do with the type of block it's spawning on, etc. I'd imagine it would mean that. And we can also do quantity and range as well. Okay, so we should try some of these. Let's try quantity and range. So we'll do range. Okay, so we've got range and quantity. Let's look at some of these recipes as well, actually. We need fire there. We need that, and we can get that from the magma centrifuge. We'll speak about that in a moment as well. The silky one is quite interesting. It's you need 4 silk touch books. But what you'll be able to do is that would be the only way you can break the spawn. If I broke the spawn in survival, it wouldn't actually give me anything back. You would need to actually put the silky one on there. All right, so we'll do quantity and range to start with, shall we? So we've got quantity and range. Let's just clear out the inventory a bit now. Okay. So if we just so the quantity's gone up, the range has gone up. Alright, so what we might want to do actually here is we might want to just upgrade it much further here. So put that one in, put that one in. So there's the lapis, there's the gold. We'll put in the diamond, the emerald, and the nether star one as well. So there's the diamond, there's the emerald, there's the nether star. Let's have a look now. So we're at tier 6 now. And then we should be able to put the dragon egg one as well in there now. Okay, so that should give us the whole lot. So we've got 10 slots available. And yeah, so pretty beefy spawner. Let's put the and we can put the silky one in there as well. Yeah, let's put the silky upgrade in. Okay, and you can see there that the actual they're actually showing up. So all that information is showing up, right? So that's cool. So then what we might want to do is add more mobs to it, so that we can have a range of different mobs spawning from the spawner. Okay, but the question is, how are we going to get a spawn egg? Obviously, I can just cheat them in because I'm playing creative, but that may not be the case. Okay, so if that isn't the case, then there's going to be things that we're going to have to do in order to actually get this to work. So the way to get the spawn egg is we're going to be needing the scepter of concealment. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to get a load of eggs. Yes. So we get a load of eggs. And yeah. Where did my little spot go again? Alright, so yeah, and by the way, don't break this wither shrub stem, otherwise that's it. It's over. Okay, so we need a lot of eggs, right? Yeah. We'll probably need some nether stars as well. So let's try this recipe over here. So put a load of eggs around like this. Put the nether star in the middle. Now we've got the concealment cap. Okay. So there's the concealment cap. This is just to give a little look at the sort of items that we might be using here. Let's take some of the nether brick maybe. So we can just put a nether brick in there, and that, and then the cap as well. We'd need to have. All right, so that will get the scepter of concealment. Okay, so It's only one use, a bit like Darkcraft. It reminds me of the early game Darkcraft stuff. And what we can do we actually have Erebus in here? No. Got some Twilight Forest stuff there. So let's say we've got the Wraith, for instance. Basically, it supports Twilight Forest and Erebus by default, apparently. So yeah. And if we wanted to, incidentally, if we wanted to make this a full one, I should have mentioned that. What we'd need, we just need to get the other concealment cap. Let's put it in there. Put it in the top 2 slots. What? No? That is what you do. I must have done that slightly wrong. Very strange that. The second cap to make a new scepter. That is what I believe was actually the recipe. That is interesting. Okay. So, but yeah. Alright, so what this will do, right, is if you've got the Scepter of Concealment, and you've got some eggs here, let me do this. Alright, so I haven't actually upgraded that spawner too much, so I might be able to get away with just... I think actually I will be able to... okay, let's just get a couple of zombies here. Should spawn now. There you go. It's taken an egg from my inventory, right? And it's actually basically put it and made a spawn egg with it. That's how you get spawn eggs. And that, as you might imagine, is how you upgrade the actual extended spawner itself. So what I would do, I would get various different things. I'm not actually sure about this mob though, the Twilight Red. It might be a huge thing. I don't really want to spawn that. But yeah, let's just try something a bit simpler. The skeleton, like I say, and the spider, say. Where we would just left click with this. Oh shit. But you see, even though that actually destroyed it, I did actually get everything back. Yeah. I'm not going to really be able to do that because I've just broken it, but what you would do is, obviously you wouldn't do that. You would just left click on the spawner and you can get up to 3 and then you get the spawn, and then that would be that basically. Up to 3 different mobs that you can spawn in there. Yeah. Alright, well, yeah, well that's it then, I guess. Well, it's not at the end of the video, but that's it for the spawning section. But that is what you would do anyway, and that's basically what you did. So, yeah. Then you could get the 3 different types of spawning enemies. Okay. So then what we might want to do is we're going to now speak about now actually one thing that would probably make a little bit of sense here is about the reproducer. Okay. The reproducer is made like this, and you can see we can use any, and you see this is showing the integration with the Twilight Forest here. So any of these spawn eggs from you know, Twilight Forest, or any really you know, Snow Golem, wherever you like, with some soul sand and some obsidian, is going to get us the reproducer. So how does the reproducer work? Okay, so we want to get more sheep. Okay, say this is the situation, right? We want to get more sheep, yeah. But all we've got is a load of creepers. We've just been killing loads of creepers. White walls just war, isn't it? Okay, so this is basically what we've got. We want to get more sheep. We want to get more sheep, and this is what we've got, right? So these are the items that we might have in our inventory at the time. Okay, so what you would do is you would put the egg you want on the left, so we want more sheep. and then we pair that up in the top slot with its drop, and yeah, with its basically associated thing. And then what you would do is you put the egg that we don't want to, that we can afford to lose. So we don't need this creeper egg because there's loads of creepers around, for instance. There's no sheep, and then we would just put that drop in there like so. So here you can see, right, this is basically how you do it. So what will happen is you'll lose the creeper egg, you'll lose basically everything, but you'll get another spawn egg for the sheep. So yeah, so you could do something like this. So if you did it like that, no, I think that's overflowing it a bit too much. But yeah, that is what you basically do if you want to get an increased amount of one particular type of egg. And I've actually written down the whole list of all the drops. So remember, the one you want is you basically just put this. So it's basically like a couple of pairs really, with the eggs going in the left and right slots, and then the top slot corresponding to the left. And you can see it by the little arrow. It makes sense, doesn't it? Not the arrow, but the little. I don't know what it. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, the drops anyway, they are this. So skeleton is bone, wither skeleton coal, creeper gunpowder, spider eye, zombie rotten flesh, slime ball, glass tear, pigman is a golden nugget, enderman ender pearl, silverfish scale, that's obviously added, blaze rod, magnum cream, bat wing, that's obviously added, witch, glowstone, pig, raw pork chops, sheep is white wool, cow's beef, raw beef I would imagine, I think it's raw food generally, chicken, raw chicken, squid and ink sac, wolf is the wolf teeth, which I've explained, obviously added with the arrows, stuff like that. Mushroom is a red mushroom, obviously that would be quite useful. Some of the peaceful plants actually covered. Snow golem is snowball, ocelot, raw fish, iron golem, iron ingot, horse leather, and villager emerald. Okie dokie, so yeah. Alright. So what other scepters are available? So that's the reproducer anyway. So what other scepters are available? There's another interesting question. So let's talk about that. When we look at scepter, you can see we're probably going to find something. You've not heard of this one. I've not heard of that. Try it. Okay, that's the Scepter of Lightning. That's made using the lightning cap, which is like so. Okay. Basically, all these scepters work with caps. So even though I haven't actually written this one down, the idea is that the idea is the same. So you can see we've got the concealment cap, which we spoke about, the lightning cap, and the fire charging cap, which was actually the one that I wanted to talk about. So this has got this is made like so, right? And we actually remember we saw this when we looked at the usages for the blade. This, yeah. Okay, so you make the fire charging cap like so. 32 max use durability. If you have fire charges, the scepter is not going to take damage when used. So if we take the fire charging scepter, and then if we do have the fire charges in the inventory, but yeah, interesting, even though in creative, it's still kind of working how you might expect. So the scepter's not going to take damage. If I remove them though, let's have a look, see if it even works in creative. It might do, you know. Let me try this. There you go, you can see it's taking damage there. Okay, so yeah. Whether the lightning one works the same as that, I haven't actually got to. Like I say, I will probably just think about, you know, I'll probably do other videos on this topic as well, because I really like this stuff. Okay, but yeah, so you make the cap, and the idea should be, that you simply add the cap on afterwards. You add an extra cap, but I think that functionality is actually broken. So I'm not going to try that. It certainly is not showing up in any and normally, and everything in this mod is, so that particular functionality may not work, or they may be changing the functionality of that. Wouldn't surprise me. We don't want to be on easy mode though, because otherwise we are going to die. And even... okay. Alright, so yeah. Now what else can we talk about? Well, there's still a lot of stuff to talk about actually. So we're not going to... yeah, so let's talk about more stuff then. So now we've got the volcanic furnace, right? So the volcanic furnace. Okay, so this is made like so. So we need a dense lava cell for this. And for that we'd need the fire. So that would need the magmatic centrifuge. So I guess we're starting on the magmatic centrifuge. These are basically the two machines that get added. Whenever it comes to machines, there's always a... So here it is, the magmatic centrifuge. Oh yeah, I did right. I just didn't read it out correctly. So the magmatic centrifuge. That, I suppose, is quite easy to make. So we can look at this first, I guess. Okay, so the yeah, that's right. Actually. Magmatic centrifuge. So it's got 2 inputs and 4 outputs, and it can make a range of different stuff. It uses 100 millibuckets of lava each time, and yeah, and you might actually get the lava from the volcanic furnace, which I'll explain in a minute. But say you don't have to, I suppose. We can just put that in. There we go. You can see it's put in the bucket like so. And we might want to. There's a range of different recipes in it, and you need. I think you need. Blaze rods, glass, nether, yeah. That's what I wrote down anyway. So we look at the recipes, and we can see that we've got 2. Like you say, it's a centrifuge, so you can have more than 1 input. So you can see there's all these different recipes for it. Glowing reeds. So you can see you can actually get more stuff than I actually mentioned at the beginning of the video than I actually get water from quartz berries here. I wonder if that's a spelling mistake or not. I can't tell. Glowstone from, well, that's kind of obvious. We can get back, this makes the eye of anything reversible, that's very cool. We can get sugarcane from the glowing reeds, that's very cool as well. Glass sand, wool, yeah. Leather from rotten flesh, it's fairly standard, drying rack style. Some reversible procedures here, as you can see. But yeah, the one that, and you can get the diamonds out of diamond horse armor, very cool as well. And of course we saw this as well, didn't we? We get from the Spectre wheat, that's how we would get to the spooky flower if we missed with a diamond. We do get a diamond back, that's cool. And this was the silverfish integration, which I believe is quite recent. Block of quartz, actually get fire, very useful that. And we wouldn't be able to do the volcanic furnace without it. Copper and tin, bronze, and some other stuff as well. Okay, guess that one's not in it. So yeah, get sponge as well from yellow wool and black dye or shadow ink. Okay. So yeah, so this is pretty cool, and it uses, like I say, it uses. We could let's just try, say this one, glowstone and netherrack. Let's just confirm that it hasn't changed or anything. Okay. Some netherrack, some glowstone. Now this I like. Is it actually going to do anything, or is it just going to roll around like that? I think it will do something, but I think apparently it's very, very slow. Nice. Very nice interface. Everything about that is very cool. It just pleasant to look at, isn't it, really? Okay, so then you might want to make the volcanic furnace. Now, like I mentioned, you would need basically everything you can get here: nether brick, cauldron, obsidian, and you would need to get that fire from the magnetic centrifuge. Unless there's another way of getting it, perhaps. I mean, it depends what you're playing, I suppose. Then you would get that, and you would get the what is this? Okay. So one thing about these dense lava cells as well is that they actually speed up the volcanic furnace. So the way you'd actually want to possibly set up this thing is you would want to have you'd want to do something basically like this. You'd put the volcanic furnace here, the dense lava cell like this, and basically this will just condense everything down. So if we have, say, a nether star, I think most stuff apparently takes 20. Yeah. You can see we're filling this up. So it might be a cool idea. You could have this, but basically the speed of this is going to be going up much faster with these dense lava cells adjacent. And I imagine you can do sort of, this sort of flower thing, and you can see it, and it changes a bit as well. It gets glowing on top, and yeah. But most things are obviously not going to be that great. You can put pretty much anything in here, I think, from what I can tell. Yeah, the speed's pretty good. And yeah, so that's that, and they can fill stuff with pipes and all that. Yeah. Okay, next one. So next we've got the horse armor stand. Look at that. So that's just made like so. Some slabs, some iron, very simple. And this is very much like the iron display. But yeah, so you would just get the diamond horse armor, for instance, and just put that on. Like, there we go. Very nice look to it. Very nice to display that. Actually, I really like the display items. They're very well thought out. Okay, so now what do we have? Now we have the soul chest. So the soul chest is made like so, netherrack, a bit quartz. And this is just a so we want to put some stuff in there, just right click on it and it's in, and we can just look at it. But we don't have to open the chest to do so. And so we just wanted to put our just put this stuff in here. We just dump it down. Depending on how near we get it, just as long as we chuck it somewhere in the vicinity, it's going to go straight in without even looking at it. Very, very cool. If we cook up some soul sand, smelt some soul sand, we're going to get. Let's have a look. What we're going to get, even though I already know. We're going to basically get soul glass. Okay, so that's what happens when you cook up soul sand. It gets you soul glass. Let's see if we can find that quickly. There's our soul glass. Yeah. Okay, and it's not the it's this transparent one here. And from here we can do the soul glass brick and soul glass stairs, and in the way you might imagine. And there's nothing really that particularly different. It's just very. It's like connected textures. You can't really see it. It's nice looking stuff though. And we've also got the stairs as well. So the stairs are pretty cool. There we go. So yeah. Now the next thing is the Soul TNT. So we can. It's basically the same recipe as TNT. And yeah, not really too much to say about this. The only thing you can say is that if you do get hit by it, it will actually apply slowness. So it applies slowness on detonation. So in the detonation area, there will be slowness applied to whatever happens to be standing there. I was going to try it for myself, but okay. Then we have the thermal smelter. So let's look at that. Here it is. There's another item we've got here. So we need this to be next to lava, basically. Yeah. So if we want to cook up, say soul sand, not going to do anything. Put some lava down though. And off it goes. Alright. The Undertaker, and I've actually, since I came in here, I actually saw a few of them just naturally spawn. So I think it spawns naturally. Basically, all you have to do is you just grab one of these. And what it will do is it will basically, if you die with it on, as long as you've got it on you, if you die with it on you, you can basically place it down, and then all your items will be in there. But you can't put more items in there. It's one use item only. So it's basically just like you need to have a new one for each time, basically, and you get it by smelting a soul chest. That's how you, unless you find it in the world, because it definitely does spawn naturally as well. And funnily enough, I actually think I've covered the whole run now. So yeah, it's quite a lot to it, but it's very, very cool, this stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching.